What is up, YouTube? M40 here. So today we're going to be looking at our favorite OCG metagame, where we get to look at a bunch of cards that we don't have, and different ban lists. So, we're going to be looking at Orcust. Now, Orcust in the OCG, they're one step ahead of us in terms of core design, and they have this beautiful card, Meknite Orcust Grisu. So, when this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Orcust or one World Legacy card from your deck to your graveyard in case you want to drop the wand for some reason. And if there are two or more cards in this card's column, this card is treated as a tuner. So you get to dump, and then you get to do your little thing with dropping a friend. Then, if you control no other monsters, you can special summon one World Legacy token to both players' fields in defense mode. You can only use each effect of Meknite Orcust Grisu once per turn. So you basically set this up, dump, and then you can give your opponent a token so your opponent can't imperm you. This is one of the best anti-choice cards I've seen in the game in a very long time. Now, in addition to this, the OCG has the Machina structure deck. Now, this deck is basically taking advantage of combining this deck with the Machina engine because Fortress gives you the, honestly, probably one of the best options to just get those bricks out of your hand. You know, especially this guy. This guy is very, very bricky. And, you know, basically take advantage of putting some boss monsters on the field. Seems really good to me, right? So, let's dig on into this. So, we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 1 Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher. And we have 1 copy of the Machina Citadel. So this cannot be normal summoner set, must be first special summoned by a card effect. And quick effect, you can target 1 machine monster you control, destroy that machine, and all monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster. So you can actually pop him to blow up your opponent's field. And if a face-up Earth Machine monster you control, or monsters, is destroyed by card effect or battle, all those cards in your graveyard, you have to beam this on out. So you can only use each effect of this guy once per turn, but that's fine. Like, you play it for the interruption. We have 2 copies of Fortress, 1 copy of the Gear Frame, triple copies of Maxi, because of course this is OCG land, triple copies of the Mr. Orcust Grisu, 1 Symbol Skeleton, 2 copies of Harpor, 2 copies of Orcust Nightmare, 1 Scrapulum, triple Scrap Recycler, with the 1 World Wand. Spells, we have triple Call by the Grave, triple copies of the Crossout Designator, 1 copy of Foolish Barrel. Then we get into the fun stuff. So we have 1 Machina Defense Region. So while you control a level 7 or higher machine monster, your opponent cannot target level 6 or lower machine monster you control with card effects. Also, their monsters cannot target them for attacks. And if a face-up Machina monster or monsters control is destroyed by battle card effect, target 1 machine monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Man, recursion back for your Orcust cards is pretty good. Then we have Machina Reformation, so you can discard 1 card to add 2 Machina monsters. So you can recruit for these. Or you can discard 1 Machina card to add this from your deck to your hand plus anything else. So if you hard draw 2 of these, or if you get to 1 of these, you basically get to recruit for the rest of them. I honestly love this searcher. We have 1 Babel, 1 Return, 1 Twin Twister, 2 Imperm, and 1 Crescendo. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Zeroboros, 1 Trisbania, 1 Bomber, 1 Wyvern, 1 Longrisu, 1 Link Kribo, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP, 2 Galtea, 1 Borosword, 1 Apollosa, and 2 copies of Dingrisu. Side deck here we have triple copies of Lancia, 1 Bigfoot, 1 Nibiru, 2 Twin Twisters, triple Urgent Schedule, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 1 Pure Order, and 2 copies of Red Reboot. Wrapping up Machina Orcust for everybody. I think that, like I said, this is one of the cooler interactions that we've gotten as of late. Like, we already saw the TCG. Players were already exploring options of combining the Machina package with this stuff so far, and this seems to have been, honestly, the best results that we've seen. Now, we have Lair of Darkness. Now, the OCG loves Ballista Squads. Tribute 1 monster, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. So, Lair of Darkness, you just tribute your opponent's monster. This card's literally a 2-for-1 under the field spell. Talk about cute little interactions. You know, we've definitely seen Lair in the past seeing its best play value with Infernoids. I haven't really seen a lot of pure variants actually kind of coming to the forerunner of things, but this is probably, once we start messing around Ballista Squad a little bit more, I think we'll probably start to see more interactions like this. So we have triple copies of Arima, the Wicked Warden, to go search for our stupid broken good card. One copy of Diabolsis, it wouldn't be a Lair deck unless we packed in at least one of this guy. Two copies of Pankratops. If you're looking to play this in the TCG, you will have to adjust this. We have triple copies of Inspector Border. Three copies of Lilith, of course. Gotta go get our trap cards, right? We have triple copies of Lair Darkness. One copy of Mystic Mind because Floodgates. Two copies of Pot of Duality. Then we have triple copies of Extract. You need to be able to draw through the deck, alright? And this is one of the few decks you do not care about your extra deck. You care about it in terms of like your interactions with Super Poly. That's as far as you're going to get. So we have two copies of Super Poly, one Terraforming, triple copies of the Ballista Squad, two Compulse, triple Crackdown, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, one Metaverse, triple Skill Drain, and one copy of Vanity's Emptiness. Wrapping up, break your opponent's board main deck. Down here in the extra deck, we have two copies of Beat Cop, one copy of Omega, triple copies of Starving Venom Fusion Turd, two copies of Triff Overton, two Dragostapelia, two Mud Dragon, one First of the Dragons. It's two normal monsters. This is never going to come up in competitive play here in the States, I'll be honest with you, but it is one more Super Poly target. Why not? We have one Earth Golem Ignister and one Khmer Tech Mega Fleet. Side deck here we have two Lancia, two Scythe, triple Gamma, one Driver, one Feather Duster, triple Sanctum, and triple copies of the Heavy Storm Duster. Wrapping up probably one of my future stun decks. I'm not going to lie. Like, Ballista Squad is hilarious in terms of its interactivity on the opponent's turn. Like, you know how many people are going to get mad and frustrated at this because they can't out this? It'll be good times. The last deck we have here is Salamangreat. Now, this deck is actually playing Fennec. Alright, well I haven't actually seen any. So if a Cyber's monster you control, have a special summon from the extra deck is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special soul summon this card from the graveyard, if it was there when that monster was destroyed, or in your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a link 2 or higher Cyber's monster, you can add one Salamangreat normal spell card from your deck to your hand. Alright, well our normal spell is Fury of Fire or Fusion of Fire. So what's this thing do? This card is always treated as a Salamangreat card. Special summon up to two Salamangreat monsters with different names from your hand and or graveyard in defense position, but their effects are negated. Also, for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you can only special summon from the extra deck once. Alright, well, yikes. So, let's dig on into this. Those are some restrictions. So we have two copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, two copies of DD Crow, one Effect Failure, triple copies of Phantasme, two Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, two copies of Lady Debug, triple Maxi, of course, one copy of the Salamangreat Falco, one Fennec, one Fowl, two copies of Foxy, one Gazelle, one Jaguar, two Spinny. Then we have triple Called by the Grave here, triple copies of Crossout Designator. Someday, the TCG will actually get this card, and we'll be able to enjoy disrupting everything that the opponent does. But until that day actually happens, we're not going to get to. But this in combination with Maxi is absolutely hilarious. We have triple copies of Silent Mining, one Fury of Fire, one Fusion of Fire, two Salamangreat Circle, one Sanctuary, two Infinite Permanence, and one copy of the Rage. No Roar, by the way. I don't know, I guess it's not worth it to them. We have two Sunlight Wolf and two Helio. I never in my life would be investing in the extra deck options like this. We have triple Balinix. Then we have one Proxy F Magician. So during your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster for your extra deck using monster you control as fusion material. Fusion monsters fusion summon to a zone that this card points to. You can special summon one monster with 1,000 or less attack from your hand, so an extender. We're just literally making Violet Chimera to kill our opponent. We have one Mirage Dahlia, one Bamboozling, one Dugress, one Little Teddy Bear, one Abyss Dweller, one copy of our WinCon, evidently. We have triple Lancia, two Droll Knockbird, two Nibiru, one Feather Duster, two Herald of the Abyss, Triple Twin Twisters, and 2 copies of Red Reboot, wrapping up, you guessed it, your chunk of OCG Jack profiles. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and well, see you guys back here bright and early tomorrow for Market Watch. Peace out, guys. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.